I thought this Christmas would be different. My son Danny had just turned 7, old enough to really understand the magic of the season. He had been practicing Christmas carols for weeks, drawing pictures for his grandparents and asking every single day when we would go to their house. I had bought gifts, prepared their favorite dishes, and felt that familiar warmth you get when family traditions feel solid and real. But when my mother called 3 days before Christmas, something in her voice made my stomach drop. She said we needed to talk about the party, and those words carried a weight I could not quite place yet. Before I tell you what happened next, I would love to know where you are watching this from. Drop your location in the comments below and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more stories about standing up for what is right. Now let me take you through the moment that changed everything between me and my family. It was a Tuesday afternoon when everything started to unravel. I was working from home, typing away at my computer while Danny built elaborate Lego structures in the living room. The phone rang at exactly 2 o'clock, and when I saw it was my mother, I smiled. Patricia always had a way of calling at the perfect time, usually to chat about recipes or ask how Danny was doing in school. But this time, her voice sounded different, strained. Careful, Jose honey. About the Christmas party this year, she started, and I could hear her taking a breath between words. Your father and I have decided to do things a little differently. I leaned back in my chair, giving her my full attention. Differently how, Mom? Well, we want to have a quiet evening. Just adults, you know. A peaceful gathering without all the chaos. I felt my eyebrows pull together. Wait, what do you mean by just adults? We think it would be nice to have the children stay home this year. Maybe you could get a babysitter for Danny. The words hit me like cold water. Danny had been talking about this party for weeks. He had wrapped a handmade ornament for his grandparents, complete with glitter and crooked lettering that spelled out "Best Grandma and Grandpa Ever." He had been practicing Jingle Bells on his toy piano until my wife Amanda and I knew every note by heart. Mom, are you saying Danny cannot come? It is just for this year, sweetie. We want a calm evening. I tried to keep my voice steady. Danny is 7 years old. He is not exactly wild. I know. It is just what we decided. I hope you understand. I did not understand, but I also did not want to start an argument right then. Okay, Mom, I will talk to Amanda about it. When I hung up, I sat there staring at my computer screen without seeing it. Something felt off. My mother adored Danny. She always had. Every time we visited, she would bake his favorite cookies and let him help in the garden. This no children rule made no sense. That evening after Danny went to bed, I told Amanda about the conversation. She was folding laundry on our bed and her hands stopped mid-fold when I explained what my mother had said. That does not sound like your mom, Amanda said slowly. She adores Danny. I know. That is what makes this so weird. Amanda set down the shirt she was holding. Maybe we should just ask them directly what this is really about. I nodded. The question had been nagging at me all afternoon. I picked up my phone and called my mother back. It was 8 o'clock, a safe time, when I knew they would be home and settled. Mom, I need to ask you something straight. What is it, honey? Is this really about wanting an adult-only party, or is there something else going on? Her voice shifted, became defensive. Why are you questioning me? We just want a peaceful evening, Jose. Is that so wrong? No, but I need to understand. Will Brenda be there, my sister? The golden child, the one who could do no wrong in my parents' eyes, even when she was doing plenty wrong. Of course she will be there. She is family. I took a breath. And her kids, Will, Kyle, Mason, and Harper, be there. Silence stretched between us for several seconds. Then quietly, that is different. How is it different, Mom? We will talk about this later, Jose. I have to go. The line went dead, and I sat there with the phone still pressed to my ear. Amanda was watching me from the bed, her expression a mixture of concern and something else. Recognition, maybe, because she knew what I was starting to suspect. She did not answer, did she? Amanda asked. No. She hung up. I thought about my childhood then, about all the times Brenda got the bigger piece of cake, the newer clothes, the college fund that somehow never materialized for me, but was always there for her. I thought about my college graduation, which my parents missed because Brenda needed help moving into a new apartment. I thought about our wedding when they complained about the cost, even though Amanda and I paid for everything ourselves, and then how they threw Brenda an elaborate baby shower for her third child without batting an eye. I had always told myself that was just how families worked. Someone always got a little more attention. It was fine. I was the responsible one, the one who did not need as much. But this felt different. This felt deliberate. I want to go there on Christmas anyway, I told Amanda. Something is not right, and I am not going to let Danny think he did something wrong when he did not. Amanda nodded slowly. Okay. I told Danny we were going to Grandma and Grandpa's house for Christmas, and his face lit up like the tree we had decorated in our living room. He clutched the gift he had made, protected it like treasure. Every time I looked at him, I felt a knot tighten in my chest. On Christmas Day, we got in the car at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The party was supposed to start at 6, but I wanted to arrive early. I wanted to see what my gut was telling me to see. My parents lived in a 2-story house in the suburbs, the same house I grew up in. As we pulled into the driveway, I noticed the decorations were more elaborate than usual. Lights wrapped around every surface, wreaths on both doors, a massive tree visible through the front window. And then I heard it. Screaming in that high-pitched way kids do when they are having the time of their lives. I stopped walking. Amanda heard it too. Danny was already running ahead, excited, but I caught his hand gently. Hold on, buddy. The voices were clear now. I recognized them. Kyle, who was 9, Mason, who was 7, same as Danny, and Harper, the 5-year-old who my mother always cooed over. Amanda looked at me. Jose. I know. I did not knock. I had a key to this house, had lived here for 18 years. I opened the door and stepped inside, and the scene in front of me made everything stop. Kyle and Mason were sprawling on the floor under the Christmas tree, playing with new toys that were clearly just unwrapped. Harper sat on my mother's lap in the armchair, my mother reading her a picture book with exaggerated voices. My sister Brenda lounged on the sofa with a glass of wine, scrolling through her phone. My father stood near the tree with a camera taking pictures of the boys. Everyone froze when they saw us. Danny waved, innocent and happy. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa. My mother stood up so quickly that Harper nearly slid off her lap. Jose, you. What are you doing here? I kept my voice calm. Even though my heart was pounding, we came for the Christmas party. The family Christmas party. My father set down the camera. Son, we talked about this. We said. You said, no children. I gestured at the 3 kids currently occupying the living room. But I see 3 children right here. My mother's face flushed. Well, this is different. Different how, Mom? I am genuinely asking. Brenda sat up, setting her wine glass down with a clink. Jose, do not make a scene. The kids are already here. I am not making a scene, I said evenly. I am asking a simple question. You told me no children were allowed at this party. I see 3 children. I need someone to explain to me how that makes sense. My mother wrung her hands. These children, they deserve to be here. The words landed like a slap. Amanda's hand tightened on my arm. Danny, standing beside me, went very still. And my son does not deserve to be here, I asked quietly. That is not what we meant, my father tried. Then what did you mean? Please, explain it to me. My mother looked at Brenda, then back at me. Danny is very energetic. We thought it would be better if he stayed home so you could have your perfect party. Brenda stood up. Jose, Danny can be a handful. Everyone knows that. White-hot anger flashed through me. A handful, he is 7 years old. Kyle and Mason are the same age. What exactly makes Danny different? It is not the same thing, Brenda snapped. How? How is it not the same thing? Kyle chose that moment to throw a toy car across the room, where it hit the wall with a bang. Mason was jumping on the couch despite my father's half-hearted attempt to get him to stop. Harper was now pulling ornaments off the tree. I pointed. That is well behaved. That is what you wanted instead of my son. My children know how to act in public, Brenda said, her voice rising. I almost laughed. Your children are currently destroying this house. Danny was going to sit quietly and show everyone his drawing. But sure, Brenda. Your kids are angels. Daddy, Danny tugged on my sleeve. His voice was small. Why is Grandma saying that I knelt down, my anger dissolving into something worse? Heartbreak. It is okay, buddy. My mother started toward us. Sweetie, Grandma did not mean. I stood up and stepped between them. Do not come near him right now. Jose, you are being ridiculous, Brenda said. Am I? Because from where I am standing, you have all decided that my son is not good enough for your Christmas party, while your 3 kids, who you cannot even control, are here being celebrated. My father tried to be the peacemaker. Nobody is saying Danny is not good enough. Then what are you saying, Dad? Use your words. My mother's face crumpled slightly. Brenda needs this, Jose. She is struggling. We wanted to give her children a good Christmas. And what about my son? Does he not deserve a good Christmas too? You have a good job, my mother said, and there it was, the truth sliding out. You can give Danny anything he wants. Brenda does not have that luxury. I felt something crack inside my chest. So this is about money. No one said that, my father protested weakly. You did not have to say it. It has always been about money with you all, has it not? Let me ask you something, Mom, Dad. When was the last time Brenda gave you a single dollar? Silence. Right. Let me help you out. Never. She has never contributed to anything. But me, I have been sending you $1,200 every single month for 3 years. That is $43,200 in case you were wondering. My mother went pale. Jose, I paid for your roof repair last summer. $8,000. I paid for Dad's medical bills when the insurance would not cover them. $12,000. I never asked for anything back. I did it because you are my parents and I love you. We appreciate that, son, my father started. Do you? Because right now, it feels like you appreciate my money but not my son. Brenda laughed bitterly. Of course you would make this about you. Mr. Perfect with his perfect job and perfect life. I turned to her. My perfect life, Brenda. I worked 2 jobs to get through college. I took out loans I am still paying off. You dropped out after 1 semester to go party in Cancun, and who paid for that, Mom and Dad? When you got pregnant with Kyle and had no job, no plan, who supported you, Mom and Dad? When you needed a car, when you needed rent money, when you needed anything, they were there. I have never asked them for a single thing except respect. And apparently that is too much. You do not understand what it is like. Brenda shot back. I understand that you have never had to be responsible for anything because everyone always bails you out. I understand that you have 3 kids you cannot afford and no job. But somehow, it is my son who does not deserve to be here. That is enough, my mother said, but her voice lacked conviction. No, Mom, it is not enough. You want to know what enough is? I am done. My father's face changed. What do you mean? I mean, I am done being your backup plan. I am done being the son who gives everything and gets nothing in return. Starting today, there will be no more money. Jose, be reasonable, my father said quickly. You will manage.